These are the scariest animatronics in the world. I'm Walt the animatronic duck, and today we're going to see everything from giant dolls to animatronics that should have never existed. But before we start, I want to ask you something. Would you like a video about theater puppets and animatronics? If yes, comment Broadway. And if we reach 100 comments and 1,000 likes, we'll make it. I'm counting on you. Marina Masoni / Little Marina, what's your opinion on narcissistic influencers who are glued to their phones all day? Probably not very good, right? But what if I told you this influencer is 25 feet tall and looks like a mix between a Tim Burton character and Megan? You'd probably change your mind or have nightmares. This influencer is called Little Marina, and I don't think she'd like to read your negative comments. We're starting the list with something not super intense, but her uncanny design and giant size make her weirdly creepy. Little Marina was created by Alec Gillis's team at Studio ADI for Fashion Week in 2011, and she also made a surprise appearance at a Target store in Minneapolis. And by the way, a huge hug to all our ducks in Minneapolis. We love you, and we're with you in these hard times. Now, let's go all the way to China to see a new kind of animatronic. The monster. In the last few years, Chinese animatronic companies have been giving a masterclass in making affordable but awesome animatronics, not just for parks, but also for concerts and big events. One of these companies is Walk Dinosaur Animatronics. They created this new kind of inflatable animatronic for massive events. Inside, it has a full inner frame and very strong servos, and you can set it up in just a few seconds. And the result? Well, I don't even need to explain it. Just look at this giant monster. It can move its hands, its mouth, and it can even blow smoke from its mouth. This new type of animatronic is a total game changer, especially for conventions and temporary attractions. But our next animatronic is the most disgusting and disturbing thing you're going to see today. Cone Museum, I promise you, this is not AI. The first time I saw this, I couldn't believe it was real. These might be some of the darkest and strangest animatronics on this entire list. I actually had to censor this clip, and I originally found it on a Chinese platform, because YouTube won't even let you show it uncensored for very obvious reasons. What we're looking at here are the animatronics from the Cone Museum in Thailand. These sculptures represent Hindu deities, and with all due respect, they are honestly terrifying, but also incredibly impressive. The movement and scale of Hanuman, the monkey god, are just wild. The animation is super smooth, the design is almost too perfect, and at the same time it feels unreal. That's what made me think it had to be fake at first, but oh my god, it's very real. This is truly a hidden gem of animatronics. Regular animals. What's the most evil, terrifying animal in the world? Before you answer, I'll tell you, billionaires. This art installation by Beeple kind of proves it, because somehow his creations look even scarier than their human versions, at least on the outside. The exhibit shows hyper-realistic billionaire heads mounted on robotic dogs that look a lot like Boston Dynamics style machines. In the pack, you can spot Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos, all reimagined in a way that feels deeply unsettling. The installation is called Regular Animals, and it presents some of the most powerful and destructive animals on Earth. Not as kings or gods, but as little robo-dogs trapped inside a pen. And the most unhinged part? These dogs take photos, and even poop art that matches the billionaire head they're carrying. The piece was shown at Art Basel, inside its first AI-focused section, 010, which makes the whole thing feel less like a tribute and more like a very public roast. To me, it doesn't feel like honoring power, it feels like putting it on display and watching it pace in circles. What do you think? Sharp satire? Uncomfortable truth? Or a mix of both? Giant animatronic dinosaur, Brachiosaurus. Imagine you're at the mall, quietly going up the escalator, and out of nowhere, a giant dinosaur head swings towards you. You look up at the next floor and there it is, a huge Brachiosaurus. Well, this can actually happen in China, thanks to our friends at Walk Dinosaur, who designed this animatronic inside a shopping mall to impress, or honestly, scare, shoppers. I'm not scared of dinosaurs. I love them. They're one of my favorite things in the world. Shout out to all the dino fans out there. But this Brachiosaurus really freaks me out. I don't know if it's the way it's positioned, the spikes on its neck, or the way its mouth moves so close to your face, but riding that escalator looks terrifying. What do you think? Creepy? Cool? Or a mix of both? Human Anatomy Animatronic, California. What you're seeing here is the childhood trauma of so many California kids. Shout out to all my Cali ducks! A lot of you have told me this is what triggered both your megalophobia and your fear of animatronics. Meet Tess. Tess is a 50-foot animatronic who lives in the Body Works Theater at the California Science Center. And with no intention of being mean, Tess is accidentally terrifying. She's a giant anatomical model with all her organs exposed. The show explains how the body works. Her organs light up, different parts of her body move, and everything is synced to the narration. It's 100% educational, but it also feels like a horror attraction by mistake. Right now, the show is temporarily closed, but it will probably come back. So tell me, have you ever visited Tess in person? Titanoboa, Chester Zoo. They found a real Titanoboa! Just kidding, but I would actually die if that were true. Imagine this thing being alive today. What you're seeing here is a Titanoboa animatronic, based on a predator that lived on this planet about 55 million years ago. In May 2019, Chester Zoo in the UK, shout out to all our UK ducks, opened an amazing exhibition called Amazing Predators. They recreated some of the deadliest predators the world has ever seen using animatronics. The Utah raptor, the giant terror bird, the giant bear, and of course, the most terrifying of them all, Titanoboa. This animatronic is insanely scary because of its huge size and those massive teeth. Can you imagine having to face this animal in real life? I don't think a human would last even 2 seconds. The team at Chester Zoo did an incredible job with this exhibition, but sadly, it's no longer there. It makes me wonder, what happened to that animatronic? Where is it now? Was it taken apart, hidden in storage? Test your nerves. This might be the place with the strangest animatronics in the world. It's a little arcade in London called Novelty Automation. And if you've been watching this channel, you know we already talked about it when we covered the Foot Doctor, that cursed machine that checks your feet. All these weird and disturbing machines were created by Tim Hunkin. But this time we're here for a gross little monster called Test Your Nerves. At first, it just looks like a weird dog, animated prop in a cage. But when you put a coin in, you have to stick your hand inside the dog's cage and hold down a big red button. As soon as you touch it, the dog wakes up and starts panting in a really nasty way. If you keep your hand there, the dog's drool starts falling on your hand, which makes the whole thing even worse and makes you feel super vulnerable. On top of that, the machine starts to get warm, and right when you're at your most uncomfortable, bam! The animated prop lunges at you like it's about to attack. I think it's hilarious that people pay to be drooled on and scared by a fake dog. But hey, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's not every day you can say you tested your courage with an animated prop, right? Jolyn Sai, Pleasure Tour. Imagine a concert full of puppets and giant mechanical beasts. I don't know much about Taiwanese pop music, but the artist Jolyn Sai put on one of the most insane shows I've ever seen. It honestly makes concerts by Taylor Swift or Katy Perry look small in comparison. Just look at how Jolyn arrives on stage, riding a giant animatronic anaconda. She's sitting on top of this terrifying snake while it moves across the entire stage, passing just a few centimeters away from the audience. For anyone with megalophobia, this show is a full-on nightmare. And that's not all. The concert has more than 20 giant mythical creatures. And in one part of the show, she reveals a massive pig of greed that moves slowly and throws hundreds of pieces of paper into the air. Her team also created this huge sculpture that looks absolutely wild on stage. I can't imagine being at a concert and seeing that in front of me. I don't even know her music that well, but after this show, she just gained a new fan. Mimic animatronic. Vomited Thoughts is a regular on this channel. We already talked about his story and his animatronics in this video, which I really recommend you watch after this one. But what we didn't talk about is his newest animatronic, the Mimic, and it is honestly terrifying. Just look at these test clips. The animatronic started as only a head, but now it already has the arms installed. In this test, you can see how smooth the movement is. He's also working on a really creepy voice. Listen to these tests and tell me they don't give you chills.
What is my purpose? What is my purpose? You have never told me what is mine is. You have never told me what it is. What is mine? Where are we? Where is mine? But you are nothing without me.
Vomited Thoughts is, without a doubt, one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic creators on the internet. And we're always super happy to see new updates and progress on his work. We've reached the end of the list. Don't forget to leave your suggestions. Your idea could be our next video.